Okay, so right now you should be looking at the 7 additional review questions that I gave you in class today. And these are just more questions that you can use to prepare for your test tomorrow. All right, first question asks, which of the following is not one of the undefined terms of geometry? So we learned on day 1 that geometry has many terms, and 3 of them are used to define everything else in geometry. And those are point, line, and plane. So these are all called the undefined terms in geometry. And that's because everything else in geometry uses these words to define them, but these words don't have anything more basic than them. They're the basic components. So that makes these 3 all undefined terms in geometry, and the one that is not undefined is A. So that would be the answer to number 1. All right, next one. We have a line segment on a number line, has one endpoint of -12, and the length of the segment is 32. Which of the following are possible coordinates for the other endpoint? Okay, so let's draw a picture. I always like to draw a picture. I have a number line. On that number line, I have a point with the coordinate -12. And this is just one endpoint. The other endpoint could be somewhere else in this number line, but we know that its length is 32. Okay, so looking at this, if this is my endpoint, I could go 32 units to the right, or I could go 32 units to the left. And both of those would give me different endpoints, and both of those are valid answers. So if I went 32 units to the right, I would end up 32 units away from here. -12 plus 32 units to the right would be 20. So that is one place that I could go. The other option is if I went to the left, I'd be taking 32 away from 12, and -12 minus 32 would actually put me at -44. And that's the other endpoint. So either 20 or -44. Let's look at my options. -44 is 1. 20 is option 3. So 1 and 3, and that answer is G, 1 and 3. All right, next problem. Look at the figure below. It's not drawn to scale, that's important. Angles ABD and ABC form a linear pair. This is how we're going to test your vocabulary. Linear pair means add up to 180 degrees. So these two angles, angle ABD plus angle ABC, add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so we're going to fill in what we have. 3x plus 40, that's what ABC is. Plus ABD, which is 5x minus 60. If we add those two together, we're going to get the whole thing, which is 180 degrees. All right, let's combine like terms. We're going to combine all the terms on the left-hand side that have x's. We have 5x's and 3x's, so that's 8x's. Then we're going to go back and we can combine all the terms on the left-hand sides that have numbers. -60 plus 40 is -20. There was nothing to combine on that right-hand side. All right, let's keep solving. We're going to solve for x, so I'm going to take away this 20 by doing the opposite, adding it. That gets rid of it here. We have 8x equals 200. And then we're going to divide both sides by 8. And x equals 200 divided by 8, which I believe is 25. Just going to double check. Yeah, that's 25. All right, that's x. However, they want the measure of angle ABD. ABD. So I need to take this 25, plug it back in. So I have 5 times x, that was 25, minus 60. 5 times 25 is equal to 125, minus 60 is 65. And that is going to be the final answer, which is D. All right, moving on to the next problem. This is a coordinate point in the plane is being moved by a glide reflection. This is just saying that first we're going to move it, gliding it, translating it, and then we're going to reflect it. So let's just break it down one by one. First, it will be translated 3 units to the left. So our point xy will become, if I move it to the left, left and right affects the x coordinate. So I'm going to take 3 away from my x, and my y is going to stay the same, because when I move things left and right, it just changes the x value. All right, that's the first step. Step 2 is we are going to reflect it over the y-axis. Now you need to know these rules. If I take a point and I reflect it over the y-axis, its x-coordinate changes sign. So this point, if I take this and I go over the y-axis now, my x-coordinate is going to change sign. I'm going to take the opposite of x minus 3. My y, my height, does not change. All right, let's simplify this. Let's clean it up. I'm not changing it at all. I'm going to distribute that negative to the x and negative to the negative 3. Makes it negative x plus 3 comma y. All right, I'm going to look at all my answers. X minus 3, that's not the case. X minus 3, that's not the case. Let's look here. 3 minus x, let's see. My one doesn't say it, but 3, the 3 is positive, and the x is negative. So that's actually the same thing. 3 minus x is the same as x, negative x plus 3. The y is the same here, so this is a possibility. Let's check J. 3 minus x, we just said that's the same thing, but this is negative y, and that's not the case. So our answer is going to be H.